The light is on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Bristol Township Council meeting. This is for January 15th, 2026. Starting time is 7:03. Please stand for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Next, we have roll call
President Bowen.
here.
Vice President Murphy.
Present.
Mr. Antonello.
Here.
Mr. Blaylock.
Here.
Ms. Dunlap.
Here.
Mr. Glassman.
Here.
Before the meeting started, we met in executive session. Mr. Flagger?
Thank you, Mr. President. We discussed some personnel and some legal and potential litigation matters.
Thank you. Monthly reports are available for review in the Township Manager's office. Monthly public comments will be taken on land development and official action items. General comments will be taken during opportunity for residents to address council. Next, we have presentations.
All right, good evening, council and citizens. I'm very pleased to come before you today on this side to be able to present the Bucks County Intermediate Unit students who have been serving with the township since September, some certificates of appreciation, specifically related to the work that they did in our, it's gonna sound weird, but in our basement. So we, for many years, we have had a significant backlog of documents that, you know, were not necessary for business anymore, and that instead of clearing them out on a, you know, yearly basis, they sat. And so the basement, you know, held more space for paper than it did for people, and it was work that was hard and laborious and you know, probably a little bit of mind numbing, but they helped us by going through all of the files, making sure that they were files that could be destroyed, and then helped us assess what years that we can keep and need to keep for the next 7 years for audit purposes, and then put those in order, and then also helped us, you know, kind of separate through there. And they are currently working with us in our building and planning department by going through all of the files and property files there to help prepare them to go paperless. So it is work that, you know, would have taken years to probably get to, and for these young people, they were able to complete it within, you know, 4 months. So yes, it's incredible. So I'm going to go just in order of our students, but we have Jaden Nam. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So the certificates say that, you know, certificate of appreciation, the Township of Bristol gratefully recognizes that this student for their valuable partnership and service to the residents of Bristol Township. Since September 2025, BCIU students have provided more than 350 hours of service to the township by helping catalog the township's records backlog and legally destroy over 400 boxes of outdated records, totaling 18,220 pounds of paper. The township thanks you for your dedication and meaningful contribution to the local government. So. We can, yeah. So. We can do pictures at the end if you'd like. Or, oh, we can do, yeah, we'll do pictures afterwards, and we'll go group by group, so. All right. Yeah, yeah, you can, wherever you're comfortable. Wherever you're comfortable, it works. So next we have Elizabeth Phillips. If you're comfortable, you can go shake their hands, but you don't have to.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
All right, next we have Isaac Sandoval. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. And then we have Kira Ward. One particular thing to note is that, well, actually I have a couple of things to note that I didn't mention, but 18,000 pounds, that's the size of a school bus. So it's huge. That's how much a school bus weighs, which is pretty incredible. But also, all of these students who have been here, they're all Truman students. So Bristol Township strong. Yes. Last but not least, we do also, while not a student, we want to acknowledge Joanne Sobieski. Welcome. So Joanne is the job coach and actually is the person who reached out to Randy to help get this, get the township as a site for BCIU. So it's incredible. No, you're fine. Yep, we'll.
Do you guys want to just stand up and then?
Yep. Perfect. All right.
Hey, Randy. This project's going to come to an end, but will we continue to try and, create a partnership for these students? Like, we're going to figure out stuff and keep them engaged with us? That's absolutely. So good to hear that. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay, now we come to the fun part. Next, we have a 2025 State of the Township Address. Good evening, residents, guests, staff, and consultants, and last but certainly not least, my colleagues on Township Council. Thank you for joining us this evening for the 2025 State of the Township Address. This evening provides an opportunity to reflect on the progress Bristol Township has made over the past year and to share how that work positions us for continued success. Through responsible financial management, strategic investment, and strong partnerships, the Township advanced projects that strengthen infrastructure, enhance public services, and improves the quality of life for all of our residents. On behalf of the Township Council, I'd like to thank our employees, volunteers, committed members, and professional consultants for their dedication and commitment to public service. I also thank my fellow council members for their leadership and collaboration throughout the year. As we move forward into 2026, Bristol Township is well positioned to build on this momentum and continuing delivering results for our community. Overview of the year ahead. In the months ahead, Township Council will receive year-end reviews from several township departments during regular scheduled council meetings. These presentations will provide council and residents with the detailed updates on departmental accomplishments in 2025 and outline goals and priorities for 2026. Departments scheduled to present include police, fire, information technology, building and planning, engineering, and sewer. These reviews will offer a deeper look into departmental operations and the work being done to support public safety, service delivery, and regulatory compliance. The State of the Township Address is intended to provide a broad, high-level overview of the Township's overall progress, major initiatives, and key outcomes. It reflects the collective work of Council and the areas overseen by the Township Manager's Office, while recognizing that additional detail will be shared through upcoming departmental presentations. Throughout 2025, Township Council remained focused on priorities that support both effective daily operations, long-term stability. These goals continue to guide our decision-making and investment strategies. Deliver Township services efficiently and effectively, utilize one-time funding for one-time capital projects, invest in infrastructure to strengthen the diversity, the tax base, encourage responsible investments and redevelopment, support job creation and economic growth, live within the existing revenue streams, expand and strengthen the township tax base, enhance services in priority areas as sustainable funding allows. These goals provide a clear framework for progress and accountability as we continue to plan for the future. Key outcomes and accomplishments. Council priorities translate into measurable outcomes across township operations in 2025, with a continued focus on infrastructure, public safety, technology modernization, and quality of life improvements. Site work for new senior center began at the start of 2025, with construction advancing efficiently and near completion just 1 year later. The facility is scheduled for move-in early February, with details on a grand opening coming up to be announced. The concrete slab for the fire station bay additions was poured in 2026. Following relocation to the new senior center, interior renovations to the existing building will begin for the new career fire station. Phase 1 work on the Randall Avenue Bridge, including concrete removal, decking installation, and encasement, was completed at the end of 2024. Phase 2 work began in 2025, focusing on the bridge abutments. Following approvals from PennDOT and the Public Utility Commission, the bridge has reopened. PennDOT will continue to evaluate weight limits and restrictions and advise of any necessary adjustments. The completed repairs revealed the bridge to be in better condition than originally anticipated and are expected to extend its service life for many, many, many years. Continued roadway and pedestrian infrastructure improvements include paving 10 roads totaling approximately 2 miles and constructing 60 ADA compliant curb ramps. Traffic safety enhancements continue following adoption of the red light camera ordinance at the end of 2024. 4 red light cameras have been installed, including 2 on Route 13 and Green Lane and Edgeley Avenue intersections and 2 on Veterans Highway at the Western Avenue and Wharton Avenue intersections. The township continues to invest in technology and service delivery improvements, implementing new payroll, scheduling, time and attendance, and human resource management software, launching C-Click Fix, a non-emergent reporting tool accessible via phone or computer, and implementing new permitting and license software for the building and planning department. A redesigned township website was launched to improve communication, transparency, and accessibility for residents and business. Continued efforts to address blighted properties result in a significant reduction in the overall number of blighted structures throughout the township. Environmental and community cleanup initiatives included the collection and recycling of 15.41. Make sure I'm on the right page. Yes, I am. Grant funding continue to play tons of electronic waste. Let me repeat that.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
15.41.
Tons of electronic waste and hosting of 2 free community cleanup days for residents. Next, we have grant funding and capital investment. Grant funding continue to play a critical role in advancing Bristol Township Capital Improvements Program. These efforts were made possible through strong partnerships with county, state, and federal agencies, and with the continued support of the legislative partners who advocate for Bristol Township at every level of government. Through strategic planning and strong partnerships at the county, state, and federal levels, the township successfully secured funding to support major infrastructure, public safety, recreation, and facility projects while maintaining responsible physical management. In 2025 and 2026, Bristol Township was awarded multiple grants through the Redevelopment Authority of Bucks County Municipal Grant Program, providing operational and capital support for the township's 5 volunteer fire companies and 2 rescue squads. These funds help ensure that emergency services remain well-equipped and prepared to serve the community. Significant state and federal funding supported major facility and infrastructure investments, including grants for the construction of new senior center and renovations to the existing facility for a fire station use. Additional transportation-related grants funded Phase 1 of Phase 2 improvements to the Randall Avenue Bridge and supported planning efforts for future transportation solutions. The township also secured funding for all trail development, park rehabilitation, open space buffering, and environmental initiatives, and reinforcing a continued commitment to quality of life improvements. These investments include design and planning funds for the River Road Trail, part of the East Coast Greenway Park rehabilitation projects, and regional transportation and trail studies conducted in coordination with neighboring municipalities. In addition to award funding, the township submitted multiple grant applications in 2025 to further advance capital projects related to sanitary sewer infrastructure, pump station improvements, public safety equipment, fire station improvements, trail construction, and park rehabilitation. These pending applications reflect the proactive planning to position Bristol Township for future funding opportunities. Together, these grant funding initiatives allow the township to advance critical capital projects, lever outside funding sources, and continue investing in infrastructure and facilities that support long-term stability, safety, and growth. In total, Bristol Township secured more than $20.6 million awarded grant funding for capital and infrastructure projects, with additional $5 million in grant applications currently pending for future consideration. Investment in our workforce. Bristol Township continues to prioritize investment in its workforce throughout 2025, while also preparing for additional staffing changes and organizational needs in 2026. Effective local government depends on experienced, dedicated, and professional employees, and the township remains focused on succession planning, professional development, and operation continuity. During 2025, the township marked several significant workforce milestones, including retirement, promotion, new hires, and formal recognitions. Long-serving employees, including Bill Rizzo and Chester Stone, retired after decades of dedicated service to Bristol Township. The township also formally recognized the retirement of K-9 Drago through a ceremony event honoring years of service to the community. The township welcomed new employees to support operations across departments, including the hire of a new mechanic, administrative staff. Leadership transition and staffing changes were managed throughout thoughtfully to ensure continuity to service and maintain high service levels for residents. Public safety professionalism was highlighted through multiple commendations and ceremonial events in 2025. Letters of commendation and commendations of merit were awarded to members of the police department, exemplary service. Township also conducted ceremonies, swear-ins for new officer, command staff, and promotions within the police department, reflecting continued investment in leadership development and public safety operations. In addition to public safety advancement, Township strengthened its administrative and operational teams through new hires and promotions within the finance department, Township Manager's Office, Park and Recreation, Sewer, Information Technology, Building and Planning functions. These staff adjustments improve internal efficiency, customer service, and cross-departmental support. Looking ahead to 2026, the Township is actively recruiting for several key positions to support future operations service delivery. Planned and ongoing recruitment includes leadership and management roles within Parks and Recreation, finance and accounting positions, communication support within the Township Manager's Office, and equipment operator positions within Public Works with additional promotional opportunities anticipated. The conclusion, on behalf of the Township Council, I extend my sincere appreciation to our employees, volunteers, and community partners for their continued dedication to Bristol Township. Your professionalism and commitment play a vital role in the success of our community. The progress achieved over the past years reflects the careful planning, strong collaboration, and responsible stewardship of our public resources. These efforts have strengthened township operations, advanced critical infrastructure projects, and enhanced services for all of our residents. As we look ahead to 2026, Bristol Township remains focused on delivering quality services, making thoughtful and strategic investments, and continuing to build a strong foundation for the future. Thank you for your continued trust and support. Thank you for your commitment to Bristol Township. And that's it. Only, not too bad for having. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you at home for taking a moment out to listening to our township. Next, we move on to consent agenda. First, we have, are going to consider approval of voucher list and requisition dated January 15th, 2026, in an amount of $2,155,444.91. Consider approval of December 18th, 2025 council meeting minutes. And then we have a whole list from C to M. They're all going to be consider resolution authorizing the acceptance of the redevelopment authority municipal grant money. And the first one is going to be for Bristol Township Police Department body in-dash body camera system project in the amount of $133.92. $133,000. All right. I knew sooner or later I'd mess something up. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Next was Bristol Township Police Department automated license plate recognition amount of $42,845. Thank you. Thank you. Bristol Township Police Department vehicles in amount of $99,048. Bristol Township Fire Rescue Responder PPE in amount of $39,889. Next is Edgley Fire Company number 1, rescue tools in amount of $40,000. Next is for the Levittown number 2 Fire Company PPE in amount of $40,000. Croydon Fire Company replacement of thermal imaging cameras in amount of $39,260.68. Third District Fire Company number 1 UTV emergency vehicle in amount of $40,000. Newportville Fire Company number 1 equipment in amount of $40,000. Levittown Farrell's Hills did I do all right, don't I? Okay, thank you. Levittown Farrell's Hills Rescue Squad electric stretcher project in amount of $40,000. And last but not least, Bucks County Rescue Squad striker power stretcher and striker chair, stair chair in amount of $40,000. So we need a motion on all that.
I'll make that motion.
There's a lot of motions there. Motion by Sidney Murphy, and we have second by Joe Klassen. On the motion, is there any questions on the grant acceptance? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Next, we have report from Township Manager.
Bye.
The State of the Township address was my report. Thank you, President Bell.
Awesome. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, I get a chance to drink a water there. Report from Township Solicitor.
Just wanted to wish everyone a happy new year and thanks and gratitude for reappointing our firm. It's been a pleasure working for you, and the State of the Township address kind of summarizes why we love working with Bristol Township.
Thank you. Next, we're under new business. Application for waiver of land development approval for construction of an outdoor seating venue with a bar in the rear of building located at Bailey's Bar and Grill, 6922 Bristol Emery Road, Levittown, in the Bailey Plaza.
Good evening, Council. Thank you so much for having us tonight. Bryce McGuigan from the law firm of Bailey, Carlin, and Amandio, and it's my pleasure tonight to represent Bailey's Plaza. First, just want to introduce a few folks. Standing right next to me is Brian Binney, our project engineer, who designed all the plans that Kurt and his team reviewed and that the council has before them tonight. I also have Chris Ward to the rear. Chris, you can have a seat, no worries. Chris and his family have owned Bailey's for going back several decades, and they operate Bailey's currently. We're here tonight to seek relief, to seek approval for a waiver of land development application that would allow us to construct a designated outdoor seating and eating area to the rear of the Bailey's location as it currently stands. We've recently received zoning relief. We had to go back a second time for a minor issue related to the project. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is, could you do me a favor, could we go to the second page for me? All right. So what we're trying to do is build an outdoor seating area right here to the rear of the shopping center. It's going to be about 1,400 square feet and change. And the goal of this isn't to increase capacity for the restaurant, but rather to provide something that really doesn't currently exist in this particular neighborhood, which is a nice outdoor area where patrons can enjoy and can eat and drink. We know that there are a number of residences nearby, so Chris, Brian, and our team met with local residents at Bailey's going back a few months now to see if there were any issues. And fortunately, I guess it goes to Chris and his team, the fact that they like to be good neighbors. We didn't have too many people show up. But those who did, we did incorporate their ideas and their suggestions into the project. Like I said, we received zoning relief, mainly to maintain certain existing nonconformities on site. And after that, we've submitted this current application. During that process, we've had the chance to review the multiple review letters that we received from Gilmore & Associates and Pannoni. And I'm happy to say that all of the issues raised in those letters, with the exception of our waiver requests, will complies. There was one issue that was raised regarding potential access to the site. There are currently 5 separate accesses, but we are taking the township and Pannoni's concerns to heart here and making some changes and complying with those suggestions to improve access currently, and then in the future, hopefully improve it a little bit more. Actually, if we can go down a couple more pages here, I just want to show everybody what this is going to look like. Maybe a couple more slides. Right there. So it's going to be a partly indoor, partly outdoor seating area. It's going to be, as Chris will tell you if the council would like more detail, it's going to be something that's going to be first class and something that we hope that everyone can enjoy. More so in the warmer months, but we'll see about the colder months too. But with that, if council has any questions or if there's any issues that Kurt and his team will raise, Brian and Chris and I will be more than happy to address those as council sees fit. We are asking for a number of waivers tonight rather than go through the list. Clearly, if there's any specific concerns, I'm sure Brian can provide some detail that I candidly can't.
Mr. Schroeder, one of the issues was the parking with the curbs. Can you explain what, and it seems like they will comply?
Yeah, we worked with them even this week to just address one of the Pannoni comments related to the driveways and came to a good resolution that is agreeable to all parties.
Okay.
And on that, I do just want to make one comment here because that issue did pop up, and I just want to thank Kurt and Matt and everybody for taking time to do a same-day Zoom call to address that so that we can hopefully reach a resolution before we got to council here and make sure that that was addressed to the township's satisfaction. But it really was a drop of the hat sort of Zoom call, so I do appreciate Kurt for taking the time to do that.
Awesome.
It's kind of nice being able to possibly approve something that almost had no, anybody against this.
Yeah,
You know,
and you know, we've been to zoning twice, and again, I sent out a specific letter to every single adjoining property plus others, and we really haven't had much feedback at all, and the feedback we have had has been positive. So we're really looking forward to this.
Great.
So can
Go ahead, Cindy.
I just say, so is there, in the back, there's not going to be, people won't be able to drive all the way through the back, correct?
So I've had communications with the fire marshal, and we intend to put up some kind of temporary barricade while it's in operation that's movable. There was 2
There's
requests.
a gate on one end now.
Pardon me?
There's a gate on one end right now.
Correct. The fire marshal's only requests were that it not be locked and it not block any of the access doors
Any
from
for
the building.
emergency vehicles?
Right.
The gate that you refer to.
It's always left
is
open.
Mostly always left open. We will close it when this is in operation.
Got it. I have a few more questions, just because I want to drill into what's going on here. And it's also been my experience that while before an operation like this is actually in force and running, everybody's happy and we're all smiling. And later on, after it becomes occupied and night after night, there's activity back there, folks that live nearby might not be quite as happy as they were prior to that happening. So just in the interest of figuring out exactly how it's going to operate, is there any sound barriers, any demarcation lines, what are we putting up? Are we putting up anything? Trees, walls? What do we got there?
We can go back to some of the
Yeah,
previous
show
slides.
us.
Second slide.
Right there. We are increasing the buffer.
That buffer,
We're
yeah.
planting trees, we're planting arborvitae, the number of arborvitae, the smaller green dots that are right along the property line, the fence line.
But no solid opaque fencing or anything of that nature?
No, but if you look at yes, there's going to be a wall that faces.
Got it. That's the
gonna-
back wall.
Back wall. So that's supposed to help, that will help with the sound attenuation for the neighbors. But there is an existing fence that,
I know, but it's a cyclone fence.
And actually, to that point, I'm sorry to make you jump back to the other one if you can. Appreciate it. So as far as sound goes, like Brian mentioned, the wall here and here are solid walls.
Got it.
The open area faces internal to the site. We are adding additional landscaping to this side of the property, but also Chris will be replacing that fence. It's just going to happen a little bit further
I
out
got
in the
it,
future.
stages.
Yeah, and that's something that we did discuss with the neighbor. I'm happy to say the neighbor who lives closest to the project
yeah.
area, they did come out to Bailey's. We've talked to them a number of times, and the fencing was one of the things that they mentioned. So that is something we will be doing, and it's just we asked them for a little bit of patience here. Unfortunately, they're kind folks and they understand that. But long story short, we're making sure that the areas directly near the homes are closed off completely, open to the inside. There's additional landscaping, and we're going to do an additional fence as well.
Good. May I also ask, is there going to be an active bar inside that structure? Like you're going to be serving drinks from outside, right?
Correct. Sorry. right through these roll-up doors here, there's going to be a bar. It will be internal. There's going to be an outdoor seating area next to it.
So it's like a service bar, it's not a sit-down, walk-up bar?
There will be some seats. There will be some seats,
Okay.
yes. But we will cease all service by 10 o'clock. That was one of the conditions here, so.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
What we're trying to do is, first off, no service after 10. We're not adding any additional lighting that would go over the property line or interfere with neighbors. Like I said, we're trying to do what we can to minimize potential disturbance.
And it's a 7-day-a-week operation, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right. No, it looks good. Looks like everything is, anybody have questions?
We need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Patrick Antonello, second by Marcia Dunlap on the motion. Is there any questions? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good.
thank you very much, council. Have a good night.
Moving along, other business, we have comments from council members. Any comments? Yep, Happy New Year. I just want to thank two things. I want to thank the residents. Back in November, they voted for us to keep the team going. I really appreciate that. I haven't had a chance to thank you. I want to thank council for, again, letting me be president. I really do enjoy it. I know I'm not the most articulate at times, but thank you very much. And looking forward for another great year. I just can't wait as we move forward to make this township a great place to live, work, and play. I can't hear. What can I say? All right. Moving along, we have opportunity for residents to address council, and we have one person that wants to address council, and that is Wes Wessler. Come on up, Wes. Always great to see you. You know, Wes, let's talk about it. Come on up. Happy New Year, Wes.
Said, what else is new? Wes.
Nothing yet.
Okay, I'm gonna bring something up that I brought up before. I know I brought it up in writing and I yet to get an answer why, but I'll wait. Doing a PowerPoint so I can show you some of the things that I come up here and complain about, so that they can see that I'm not lying about what I complain about. I'll bring you pictures. You know, every picture tells a story. Yeah, yeah, 1971, 71. Yeah. No, that was right when he left Faces.
Was it right
Yeah,
afterward?
right when he left Faces, yep.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna bring up some of the stuff in my neighborhood. As soon as you put out the new ordinance about the storage pods and dumpsters and things of that nature, next door neighbor put storage pod like in the middle of his property, but half of it's on his blacktop driveway and the other half sitting on the grass. So, you know, you were told you couldn't put anything on the grass. And you were told that any sheds, storage facilities, things like that, they're supposed to be in the rightmost corner of your property in the rear, correct? Well, unless they changed it. Okay, we'll move right along. We'll go down the street and go to 530 Western. Parking on the grass, parking their vehicles on the grass on a daily basis, like every night. So we're talking about after Al and I goes home, you understand? Now, the father happens to be the Croydon Fire Chief. Yeah, yeah. So, you know, watch what you do and whom you do it to, because politics, selective prosecution, yeah, you know about the mailman bit, right?
What'd you say, 530 Western?
Yeah. Selective prosecution, right? Al and I don't want to see these things when they ride down the street. They're like the horses back in the old days, you know, they got blinders on, so they only see right in front of them.
Didn't you just say it was after hours after they went home? But they also have blinders on?
Yeah, well, you know, when they go down the street in the daytime, they should be able to see certain things too, but they don't see them. And I brought this up before. Now, 514 next to me, he put up the fence. He went to the zoning board and got all the stuff he needed to put up the 10-foot fence. However, you're not supposed to have a 10-foot fence past the front of your house. It's supposed to be stopped at 10 foot, even with the front of your house. Well, for almost 2 years now, the 10-foot fence goes all the way out to the edge of the property line by the roadway. And not only that, but I want to know who gave them permission to build the 10-foot fence and put it on another resident's property. Now, they're going to say that they didn't put it on another person's property, but I will, it's my property, and I will get a surveyor to come out and prove that it's my property. Last thing, I guess I'm running out of time, is trash being put out days before trash pickup. And when the trash is put out there days before and the wind's blowing heavy like it has been, trash blowing up the street onto the front of my property and in my driveway and onto my property. So I see this all throughout my neighborhood.
There's no ordinance about that, is there? There is? You're not allowed to bring your cans down until the night before?
That's
Okay.
that's what I would figure it should be the night before or the morning of trash pickup.
You're
Wes-
right. Thank you, Wes.
I just want to thank you for making my day. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see you in next meeting.
So you were awake tonight, see?
Yes, I was. Oh, Joe and I, we were playing it.
Have a good
We
one.
were on it. Thanks, Wes. And on that, we need a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you so much. Have a great week, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you.